what's going on right now at Barstool Sports with the first class list, Pat Bev, KFC, Fights, Francis, Lil Sass. Well, it all started on September 25th when Lil Sass went on his podcast and said he wants to fly first class. He wants to be on that list of people who fly first class. And Francis said, I'm on that list.
That's something in your guys' contract that you get to fly first class for Barstool?
No.
I'm on the first class list.
There's just some list, but it's not in the contract.
How do I get on that list?
You need to contribute more to the company.
I contribute plenty to the company. How do I get on the list? I've never been more serious in my life.
It just happened to me one day.
Who do I reach out to get on the list?
I didn't reach out to anybody. It's like Delta. It's like
I'd let this one go. I think you need to let this one go.
No,
I'm not.
They booked me my flights, and I'm American Airlines, the last row of the plane. I think I deserve better.
On the following episode of Son of a Boy Dad, Francis expresses his concern that he will be removed from the list altogether if Sass keeps bringing it up.
You brought up the wanting to get upgraded to the first class list.
He kept on saying he's going to text Dave, and you were dead serious. Like, there's not a joke in there.
I was like, don't do that.
Well, I decided not to.
Yeah.
Don't do it.
But it'll still get to his desk because this has made enough of us.
Yeah, you've really caused quite a
Well,
stir.
you know what it was.
And now you're going to get it all removed for all of us.
You're going to fuck up the block. You're making the block hot.
There's a chance.
That's selfish.
That I'm willing to take,
and if you do that...
Well, it's not going to be just me and Francis. If you fuck up this list, it's going to be... You're going to have Riggs on your ass. You're going to have Fran on your ass.
Oh, I'm not trying to fuck up the first class list.
You are, though.
If there was some sort of trade-off where it was like you guys or me, I would say let them sit up front.
No, but that's not how it's going to work.
That would ever go.
Well, I'm obviously, yeah. And me talking about this is not going to get you guys removed from first class.
You really never know.
I'm a little worried right now about my spot on the list.
Well, you got to stop thinking so much about your spot and think about my spot that doesn't exist on the list.
You got to stop thinking about shaking the house of cards upon which we all sit.
The third clip in the saga shows Gaz going on Son of a Boy Dad, revealing the names of who's on the first class list and some conversations within the higher ups at Barstool about who should stay on the list and who should be added to the list.
We were just talking about the first class list in the last episode.
Oh, really?
I've passed that.
You're past it?
I've pulled back.
I'm in a Slack, a company Slack with like a bunch of like different management people here.
Who's in the Slack?
This is the C-suite of Barstool. And yesterday at 2:15, I get a message in the Slack for the 9 of us, and it goes, "Hi there. Caitlin Walker asked me for an updated first class list. The last one we gave her was back in January. I took a look and noted some suggested edits. Anyone to add or remove."
Wait, who said that?
This is from someone in that chat. Like, so then they reply with like the current list that exists, which you're on it, you're not on it, and there's a bunch of people on there. So then someone chimes in, name redacted. Gruden flies Southwest, but Francis is on the first class list. Nothing against Francis, but that seems off.
Okay.
Fast forward to October 11th, Francis's worst fears are realized when Dave on a live stream is made aware of the first class list, goes down the names of the talent, and basically gives them yes or no's on whether or not he thinks they should be on the list. Fights, Francis and KFC most notably get no's, and Pat Bev gets an basically an I don't know.
All right, who's on it? Me, Big Cat PFT, Hank's borderline, Riggs, Frankie, Trent. I don't know why the foreplay guys, they can decide on their own. Biz, wait, yes. KFC, no. Feets, no. Rhea, yes. Fran, yes. Bree, yes. Josh doesn't even work for us. Francis, definitely no. Arian, he doesn't even travel. Roan, Pat Bev, and Smook and Jason.
Francis, were people like, why are you on the list, Francis?
Yeah,
that's a great question.
A few days later, Pat Bev is in the New York office talking to Gaz, and he basically says how he thinks the first class list should be determined, and that's based on subscribers.
I think subscribers should count. Whatever.
I'll go by a subscriber.
Now, the next day on Pat Bev's podcast with Roan, he says that he's not worried about Dave, that's his guy, but he does say that Feidelberg, Francis, and KFC are trash and should not be on the first class list.
He hummed us.
He hummed them because that's Dave. He don't. One thing I'm not worried about is Dave.
That's my dog. We locked in.
Francis got booted. KFC and Feidelberg got booted from the list.
They should.
Get booted.
Motherfuckers trash. They don't do shit. They've been here a ton of ages. They don't go viral. Motherfuckers don't know them on the internet. They know them only because of their small area that they're in.
That's not true. They all go viral.
I mean, go viral because of a show that you're on with them. You know,
I'm not on a show with fights in KFC, and Francis goes viral on his own shit all the time.
In response to this Pat Bev clip, Francis publishes a blog. What's worse, Pat Bev's recent podcast numbers or the whimpering end of his basketball career? In this blog, Francis eviscerates Pat Bev, brings up receipts of his recent podcast numbers, comparing them to other shows on the Barstool network, as well as saying that Pat Bev's podcast only gets any views at all because Rowan is on it. The same day, Francis goes on the live show Fishbowl and basically says he doesn't actually care about the beef with Pat Bev and says he just saw an opportunity to write a scathing blog about someone, so he took it.
So how are you feeling?
I mean, look, do I really fucking care? No. I hate to reveal the magician's motives, but I just, it's like, oh, okay, yeah, fine. I'll write a blog and ruin your life.
The following day on the Unnamed show with Kirk and Ryan Whitney, Dave says the first class list as it currently stands is being dismantled, so he confirms there will be changes to the first class list.
Well, fairly a big story this week is the first class list. It feels like it's kind of took over the company for a few days. It felt like to me, which just bled into the other Francis thing now.
The first class list is being dismantled. I didn't know it existed. Like, that doesn't mean people can't fly first class, but I don't like this auto list.
On October 21st, Fights and KFC respond on KFC radio to the comments Pat Bev made, calling them trash. I think this clip will speak for itself.
I saw this, and it kind of bummed me out. I don't know what I'm going to say. I like Pat Bev. It's a good dude. Pat Bev's a fun coworker to have, like, despite the fact that it's obviously the worst contract in Barstool history. I fucking like him. It doesn't bother me that everyone he's ever worked with says he's a nightmare and doesn't even understand the basic idea of what this job is. I like the Pat Bev pod clips where, like, Rowan says something interesting and insightful, and then Pat Bev goes, "Hey, like, I think those are fucking good clips. I'm sure other people would say that's the job of a soundboard, but I fucking think Pat has good energy to him. And I hope his new show does well. Probably not a sign that the NBA season starts today and that show still hasn't been announced, right? Probably a good sign that everything's going swimmingly with Pat Bev as it always is, right? I hope the show does well because, you know, it's probably his last shot in the media world, right? You know, I don't think the ESPNs are like, you know, who sucked shit at Barstool for 3 years and stole money from Dave Portnoy. Let's hire him, right? Probably this is his last chance. So I hope that this show does well, Pat. I hope that it is not like every other stop for your last half decade where everyone forgets you even came, you know? Where the ownership group is disappointed and the fan base is left unfulfilled and you achieved and accomplished nothing. I hope that doesn't happen on this show because I fucking like Pat Bev.
Now, Pat Bev took this to the next level when he responded to that clip of Fights. He commented on the KFC Radio Instagram, attacking KFC much more personally than any of this has been. It's been about work so far. Now, Pat Bev brings up KFC's divorce scandal from years ago that was very public. And people are speculating, because that clip was mostly of Fights talking, that Pat Bev doesn't know the difference between KFC and Fights, which is why he left such an eviscerating comment on the clip of Fights talking, but about KFC. This comment was also deleted very quickly, just a few minutes after it posted, which is another reason people suspected that he might not know the difference between KFC and Fights. KFC then responds on KFC Radio to Pat Bev's comment, basically saying this doesn't really affect him. He's gotten these types of comments for years and it's low-hanging fruit. But screenshots are forever, and just because Pat deleted the comment quickly doesn't mean no one has seen it.
I'll just talk about Pat Bev quickly. I really don't even really care to do this, but everybody's kind of been asking me about it. So after John absolutely ethered him, Pat Bev left a comment on our Instagram and then deleted it quickly, talking about my divorce scandal and all that. It was quickly deleted, but the screenshots last forever, as we know. And a lot of people were like sending it to me or talking to me about it. So I understand, of course, that it's drama and it's a fucking shot. It was not like, that's a personal thing. I think you said it best. Like, everything up until this point was you're talking about my work, I'll talk about your work. A comment like that obviously changes the situation.
That puts you into a new fight.
Yeah, right. But it's I'm not even calling it a fight for two reasons. One, It's from 10 years ago. It's something I, of course, understand lasts forever. It's not something that's just going to disappear ever. But also the idea of people making fun of me or taking shots for it is so old and so low-hanging fruit, and everyone has done it so much that it genuinely just doesn't affect me the way that I think people would assume it does.
Yes. Yeah.
I don't know what's worse with Pat Bev a lot of these times. It's either you're lazy and just doing like cheap shit, or you believe it.
Right.
You know, or that's actually who you are. So I don't know. Either Pat Bev really feels that way about me, and then it's like, all right, man, fuck you back. Or he doesn't feel that way about me, but he's just using something that he knows is going to get likes and clicks. And I'm like, I think that's worse. I'd rather you
That's
actually.
exactly what I think happened. And that's why I think that is so much worse. Or I think he doesn't know who the fuck's who, and he thinks I'm KFC.
Yeah.
And that's how dumb he is with this company.
Now, on the Unnamed show on October 24th, Dave basically says that Pat Bev's comment was way over the line. He also says that Fights, Francis, and KFC were all well within their rights to respond to Pat Bev's initial comment, calling them trash, saying they don't go viral.
If you're Feidelberg and you have to, if he says you're not shit, like you got to do that.
That was a very funny response by Fights, because at the beginning I'm like, Kevin
was,
he doesn't care at all.
They both, it was an unprovoked attack by Pat Bev. Both Kevin, Feidelberg, Francis, all well within their rights to respond. I thought Pat Bev's was way over the line for somebody you don't know.
I can see like a former athlete coming into Barstool and being like I'm better than all these people, you know? And then you kind of realize with the blog, like they can bury me. Like the internet, Francis said, the internet's different.
Where is he now? Like, are you deleting shit? I don't know. He seems like a pussy to me in this whole thing, no?
To attack people you don't know, I don't love.
Now, the latest update in this saga came yesterday on October 24th after the Unnamed show, when Roan went on Mostly Sports in Chicago and basically said he doesn't know how to deal with his two co-hosts going at it. He's trying to stay as neutral as possible, looking for a solution. Brandon Walker also reminds everyone how this whole thing started, which was with Lil Sass wanting to be on the list of Barstool employees who get to fly first class.
I'm trying to stay as neutral as possible.
Yeah.
I don't know. Am
Like
I supposed
maybe-
to have a meeting with Francis, me, and Pat Bev?
Yeah, it feels weird.
Yes.
Yeah. That should be a Rome.com episode.
Yeah.
And all of this,
Sass.
Lil Sass.